Hi everybody, good morning. So today is January 29. So we will continue on section 7.2. Alright, so your homework 7.1 was due last Friday. Even though it's after the due date, you can still continue to work on your homework to get perfect scores. So our goal is to get perfect scores on your homework. And if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. Okay? All right. So today, at the end of the class, do you still remember the sheets? In the last 5 minutes, you were gonna fill out the sheets. Okay? So be prepared. It's not for a grade, but I will grade it if you don't get them all right. I will find you to come to my office and do it again and again until you get them all right. Okay? So we will do it on the last 5 minutes of this course. Okay, let's see. 7.2. So last time we talked about how to use your calculator to compute the following. First, you're going to make sure you're in the degree mode or radian mode. Do you still remember? And then you have the buttons, sine, cosine, and tangent, right? So today we continue. How to evaluate secant, cosecant, and cotangent on the calculator. So calculator do not have buttons for the secant, cosecant, and cotangent. But however, because the secant is the reciprocal of cosine. Do you remember? Secant is the reciprocal of cosine. And how do we know that? So remember this one? This hexagon? Yeah, we use this hexagon to memorize the trig identities. And there are 3 diagonal. The product of the 2 ends equals the middle one. So sine theta times cosecant theta is 1, right? Cosine theta times secant theta is 1. Tangent theta times cotangent theta equals 1. Right, everybody? So then you know the reciprocal identity. So, let's see here. I think I'm missing a theta here. Yes. So make sure you have the angle theta. Okay. So there's a theta here. You have input and output. Input is angle, right, everybody? Input is angle, and output is a ratio. Okay, the ratio of 2 sides of a right angle triangle. Okay. And then to enter the reciprocal calculation correctly, you need to enter 1 divided by the correct trig function. Do not use sine inverse, cosine inverse, or tangent inverse buttons for cosecant, secant, and cotangent because those means inverse trig functions. So from polynomial algebra, you know about inverse function, right? You know exponential function and the logarithm function, they are inverse functions. So the in the later section, I think it's 8.3, we'll talk about the inverse trigonometry functions. But they are not reciprocal. Okay, everybody? Is the domain and range strength. So for the inverse function, the input is a ratio, and then the output is an angle. Okay? So be careful. Now, how do we compute cosecant 187.48 degrees? First of all, get a calculator. This is degree or radian? Degree. So make sure you're in the degree mode. And then cosecant is what? 1 over sine. So 1 over sine of 187.48 degree. Now plug this in your calculator. And then give me 4 decimal places. What do you get? Minus 7.6. 817. Thank you. Let me try. Show me your calculator. You have the same thing? Same thing? Mm-hmm. Good. Good. You and you get it? Oh, yeah, okay, on the next one. Get it? Get it? You're getting your attention. Okay, good. And you get it? Okay. Alright. Good. And then continue. What is cotangent? Yeah, 1 over tangent. And this is 28.72 degree. Put this in your calculator. What do you get? 1.8250. 1.8250. Good. Do you have the same answer? Show me. The same answer? Okay, yes. Okay. All right, now continue. This is degree or radian? Radian. So make sure you switch back to the radian mode. And then secant is what? Yeah, 1 over cosine. And negative 23 pi over 11. By the way, on your calculator, there's a negative button, there's a subtraction button. There's different buttons. Right, everybody? Mm-hmm. And do you have a pi on your calculator? Can you find a pi? Okay. Yes. So everybody plug this in your make sure you know how to do it. What did you get? Negative 0.152. Negative 0.1522. No? Oh, okay. So what do you get? 1.0422. Mm-hmm. Oh, like that? Yours positive? Oh, sorry. Sorry, my bad. Okay. Question? Sure. Yeah, make sure you get the radian mode. Mm-hmm. Yes. Radian mode, not degree. Yes. Okay. So all of you know how to use your calculator. Now let's continue. Okay, so how do we solve triangles? Okay, last time, that's the attendance alarm. So last time, we talked about the triangles. If you have 25 degrees, then the ratio are 1 square root of 2. Do you still remember that? And if it's 60 degree or 30 degree, the ratio is 1 2 square root of 3, right? Okay, we know those special angles. But what if our triangle is not those special angles? Well, then in this case, we need to use the trig function to help us calculate. Okay, here, we want to solve the triangle. That means we want to find the values of all the sides and all the angles. Okay. First of all, let's label the vertex. So usually angles, we use capital letter for angle. And then for the small letter, we denote the sides. Okay? Do you have that? What page is that? No. Oh, you don't have that? Okay. Ah, sorry about that. Okay. Maybe I forgot to. Okay, you can go to the back page, yes, and draw the picture. Do you have a scratch paper? Yes. Okay. All right. Yeah. So write it down on the scratch paper. So that is angle A, and because this usually the side opposite to the angle is the same letter. So if this is C, this angle must be angle C, right? And then the remaining is angle B, and this is side B. Right. So let's figure out all the angles first. So we know C is a right angle. So C is 90 degree. And B is 62 degree. Right, everybody? And now we can find angle A. So what is the sum of the three angles in a triangle? 180 degree, right? So angle A is 180 degree minus B and minus C. So 180 degree minus 62 degree and minus 90 degree. What is that? 28 degree, right, everybody? So we know all the three angles. Now we want to figure out the sides. Okay, let's focus on the 62 degree. We know this side. This side, what's the relation between this side and this angle? Is it opposite, adjacent, or hypotenuse? Opposite. Yes. So we focus on this angle, then this is the opposite. Yes, everybody? So, how about A? Adjacent. And C? Hypotenuse. Right, everybody? Okay. Now we want to find, let's say we want to find C. Okay. So we want to relate to the angle to B. But we know the opposite. Angle C is the hypotenuse. Which trig function is about opposite and hypotenuse? Sine. Yes, everybody. So we put sine 62 degree is opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite is what? 10. Hypotenuse is C. Everybody? Okay, how do we solve for C? We can both sides multiply by C, right? So we want to solve for C, so we want to bring it up. So both sides multiply by C. Do you see when we multiply by C, on the right-hand side, the C cancel? Yes, everybody? So we have C times sine 62 degree is 10. So what do we do? Yes, we divide it by sine 62 degree. So C is 10 over sine 62 degree. Okay, plug this in your calculator and give me 4 decimal places. Which mode? Radian or degree? What? Degree, yes. What number do you get? 11.3257. Right? Thank you. And all you get the same answer? Okay, that is C. So we got B, we got C. We still need, what do we need? We still need to find the A. Right? Everybody? Okay, so we still focus on this angle. So A is adjacent. And we know the opposite. Which trig function relates opposite and adjacent? Tangent. Yes. So write down tangent 62 degree. What's tangent? Opposite over adjacent. What's opposite? Tan. What is adjacent? A. Okay. How do we find A? How do we find A? Wait, what we do? We multiply by A. Yes? There's another way. Do you, because our goal is to have the A in the numerator, right? There are other ways where you can flip the A and 10, and then on the other side you flip the tangent and the 1. You can also do that. Is that okay, everybody? Yeah, so there are so many different ways to solve equations. Okay, if we flip them, what do we get? If we flip them, so we get 1 over tangent 62 degree equals A over 10. Is everybody okay with the numerator and denominator on both sides? Yeah? And now, how do you find A? Both sides. What? Yeah, multiply both sides by 10. We got A is 10 over the tangent 62 degree. Plug in your calculator. 10 over tangent 62 degree. What do you get? Give me 4 decimal places. 5.3171. Thank you. So we find all the angles and we find all the sides. Any questions so far? No? Okay. Let's continue. Now it's your turn. Okay? So you have this right angle triangle. Find the values of all angles and all sides. Okay. So you can use that problem as an example. Ah, here. If you finish, you can check your answers with your neighbors. Do you have the same answer? All right. Okay, so let's check our answers together. So, first of all, we want to name the vertices. So this is angle B, and then the side opposite to it is the side B plus 2. And this is side A, so the angle opposite to it is angle A. Right, everybody? And then the remaining one, this must be angle C, and then this is the side C. Right? Angle C, write it down. Angle C is 90 degrees. And we know angle A is 10 degrees. Eh? Oh, my bad. See, typo. Then my angle B is 90 degrees minus 10 degrees, which is 80 degrees. Okay, everybody? Mm-hmm. So that's angle B. And then we focus on angle A. And because we know the 12 compared to the angle 10 degrees, what's this? Hypotenuse. And if we want to find A, what is A? Opposite. Opposite and hypotenuse. Which trig function? Sine. Is everybody okay with that? Mm-hmm. Sine 10 degrees is opposite, which is A, over hypotenuse, which is C. Yes? And then in this case, C is 12. So therefore A is, well, you want to move the 12 to the other side. So both sides multiply by 12, right? So we get A is 12 times sine 10 degrees. And you're cracking your calculator. Did you get 2.084? If you have 4 decimal places, what is that number? 3/8. Oh, okay. So let's get 4 decimal places. And you have 3/8 here. And then to find the B is the adjacent, right? And then the adjacent over hypotenuse is cosine. Right, everybody? So we get cosine 10 degrees is adjacent over the hypotenuse. And now how do you find the V?
12 times cosine.
Yeah, both sides times 12. And you put in your calculator, what did you get?
11.8177.
77. Okay. So far, so good, everybody? Do you get the same answer? Mm-hmm. See, sometimes I also make mistake too. So gotta check our answer carefully. And don't be afraid of making mistakes. So in a math class, if we make mistake, it's okay. We just get another piece of paper and work on the problem again. It's not dangerous. Okay, so right. Okay, so any questions about this example? All good? Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's keep going. All right, story problem. Okay. Now we're going to look at the word problem and draw a picture. Okay. A surveyor is standing 115 feet from the base of Washington Monument. Have you been to Washington? No? Yes? Okay. Let's draw a picture. So the person is right here. Is 115 feet from the base of the Washington Monument. The surveyor measured the angle of elevation to the top. So this angle is 78.3 degrees. How tall is the Washington Monument? So we want to find how tall it is. Okay. Oops. Sorry. Alright. So we draw the picture. So we want to know the height. The height we usually use 8. Bless you. Okay. Now this is our angle. It's 78.3 degrees. And this is the side we know. What's the relation between this side and this angle? Adjacent. So this is a bless you adjacent. How about the height? The relation between the angle. Yes, opposite. Okay. Which trig function relates opposites and adjacent? Tangent. See, be familiar with the 6 trig function. Then we know, okay, it's tangent. 78.3 degree is what? What's tangent? Opposite over adjacent. Opposite is H. Adjacent is 115. See? We write down the trig function and then plug in the sides. We are looking for the height. How do you solve for H? Yeah. Good. Both sides multiply by 115. So H is 115 times tangent of 78.3 degrees. And give me 4 decimal places. Everybody put this in your calculator. What do you get? Thank you. And what's the unit? Feet, yes. Okay. This is how we solve the Look at the story. Then draw 3, 1. Oh, 3, 1, 1, 0. Okay. Maybe I have it wrong. Okay. So we draw the picture, and then we figure out the angle, and then we figure out the side. What is the opposite? Adjacent or hypotenuse. And then depends on the side, we can figure out which trig function to use. Okay? And then we solve for the unknown. Okay, any questions about example 3? All good? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's continue. Okay, example 4. A historic lighthouse is 200 yards from a bike path along the edge of a lake. Okay, let's draw some picture. We have a lighthouse. Okay, let's say the lighthouse is here. It has some light there. Okay, it's 200 yards from a bike path. So this is a bike path, which is along the edge of a lake. So this is a lake. Yeah, that's the first sentence. We have a lake and a bike path, and then the lighthouse is 200 yards from it. So far, so good? Everybody? A walkway to the lighthouse is 400 yards long. Find the acute angle between the bike path and the walkway. So we have a walkway right here, which is so this is a walkway, which is 400 yards long. Yes? And we want to find the acute angle between the bike path and the walkway. So we want to find this angle, theta. So far, so good? Everybody? Okay, so this is a right angle triangle, right? This is a right angle triangle. And this is the angle we're interested in. What is this side? Opposites. Yes, everybody? Opposite. And how about this side? Hypotenuse. Yes. Okay. Now we have opposite and hypotenuse. Which trig function? Sine. Is everybody okay? Mm-hmm. So we have sine. Theta is opposite over hypotenuse. What's opposite? 200. Hypotenuse. 400. Ooh. 1/2. Actually, do you remember our special angle? Yes. So we have two special angle. We learned that's 1 square root of 2. Then the angle is 45 degrees, right? And then the other angle is what? 1, 2. What's the other side? Square root of 3. And then, do you see here? The smaller angle is what? The smaller angle is 30 degrees. Then the bigger angle is 60 degrees. So look at this picture. See, it's 1/2. So the hypotenuse is 2 times of this side, which is the same as the same ratio as our angle with this triangle, right? And so this side is what? 30 degrees or 60 degrees? 30 degrees. Yeah, so this angle is 30 degrees. So theta is 30 degrees. So far, so good. Up to this point, we can only solve the angle for this two right angle triangles. After we learned sections 8.3, the inverse trigonometry function. This ratio could be any ratio, and then we apply inverse sine to find the angle. Okay. So after sessions 8.3, we'll learn more. Okay. Any questions about example 4? If you can understand example 4, please raise your hand. Yep. Okay. All right. If you have questions, feel free to ask me. Okay. And then example 5. The angle of elevation to the top of a building in Seattle is found to be 2 degrees from the ground at a distance 2 miles from the base of the building. Use this information. Find the height of the building. Okay, let me give you one more information. So 1 mile is 5,280 feet. So we draw the picture. So we have the building. And we stand here 2 miles. 2 miles. If we converted miles to feet, okay, let's also connect this. And this angle is 2 degrees. So 2 degrees is so small. And we want to find the height of the building. Okay, everybody? That's the picture. And 2 miles. We want to convert the miles to feet. Yes, everybody? Because usually you want to talk about the height of the building. You don't want to say miles. How many miles? You usually say meters or feet. Right? Miles is too big. It's too big units. Okay, so let's convert the miles to feet. So we want to get rid of the miles, and we want to get the feet. So you put the miles down there, and you put the feet up there. And 1 mile is 5,280 feet. When you multiply them, how many feet? What? So 5. Okay. So you and 60 like this. 1,500 is 1,000. So 5. Let's see. 2 times 5 is 10, right? And then 560 like this. Oh, 15,000. But 2 times 5 is 10, right? 10,560. Yeah, the 5,000 times 2 is like 10,000. And then 5 times 2 is 4, but 5 times 8 is 16. So 560. Right, everybody? We get rid of the miles, and we want to get the feet. So we put the miles down there, and we have the feet on top, right? And 1 mile is 5,280 feet. We multiply them and get 10,560 feet. That is the distance here. Okay, this is the angle. What is this side? Opposite And what is this side? Adjacent. Okay. Opposite adjacent. Which trig function? Tangent. So tangent, the angle, what is the angle? 2 degrees is opposite over adjacent. What is opposite? H. What is adjacent? Yeah. Yes, very good. Is everybody okay with this setup? Mm-hmm. Now, how do we find H? Multiply both sides by 10,560. Put this in your calculator and give me 4 decimal places. Sorry, 360 and then? Oh, 368. Oh, thank you. 7633. And what's the unit? Feet. Yeah, very good. So that is the height of the building. Everybody okay with that setup? We draw the triangle, figure out the angle, and then relate the sides. What's the relation? And then depends on the relation, we figure out which trig function to use. Okay, everybody? And now we can solve the unknown. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is section 7.2. Any questions about 7.2? Okay, now close your nose. Okay, and you ask this, write your name. Okay, close your nose. Write down your name. So it's not for a grade, but if you don't get it all right, I will ask you to come to my office and do another copy until you get it home. So that I'll pass it here. Write down your name.